Okay, I have started recording afresh, but I will continue. So we are going to, so we have opened, let me just go back here. So I guess you know how to get to either Google Sheets or Google Docs or Google Presentation, all that, you know how to get to them. So if I go to main menu, you can see I can change either to Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, or presentation. I can create forms. These ones you can use for survey. Or I can even go to Google Drive, where mostly a client can share with you photos or videos. So I'm just going to create here a blank or a new spreadsheet or a new Google Sheet like that. So there's no data here, but we had data already. So I'm going to go to File, Import like that, and then Upload. Then I'm going to get whatever I need to upload. So this is the data like that. I hope it takes shorter. It has taken. Then I'm going to upload. So before uploading, you can do a couple of things. You can see, you can create a new spreadsheet, or you can upload from the current. You can insert all that. So I'm going to go and leave it to replace the current spreadsheet. They are here more like separator, like tabs, all that. So instead of setting, you can just let it to detect automatic so that it uploads whatever spreadsheet the way it was. So I have uploaded it. It will take a while. There we go. Now we have all the values here. They have been uploaded for us. So the task was quite simple. So I can highlight all of this here. Okay, when you go to data, you can see you can create filter. So if you just click create filter, you can see they're all created. And then the other task was just for you to color this. So it wasn't even a hard task. It was a very simple task. It just required you to do some research. And so you can give color to this part. So to give color, you're going to use the fill color. You can give that color like that. And so from there, it's easier. Like you can come in and you can just select, maybe you want to see data from maybe commissions expense like that. Oh, sorry, I didn't share my screen.
Your screen is not visible.
Yeah, I realized I didn't share my screen. I'm sorry. Oh, I guess I'm going to start afresh. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to upload it afresh. So I'll just come back here. So there's the spreadsheet that we're working with. I'm just going to remove it. I hope you can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm here, and you can see I can create a new spreadsheet. I can use maybe some of the templates that have been provided here, and there are a lot of them. You can see there are more. You can select from them. Also, when you click on this main menu here, you can switch maybe to Google Docs or Google. Currently, we're at Google Sheets. You can switch to Google Slides or presentation, or you can do forms where you can use it to do maybe survey or something of sort. So for us, we are going to work on some data. So we're going to use a spreadsheet. So you can see here, start a new spreadsheet. I'm going to click on the blank one like that. And so here we have a blank spreadsheet. You come here, file, then you can use open to upload or import. So whichever you want. So for me, I'm going to use import and then upload. Then I'm going to select the file. This is the file. Then like that. So it is going to upload the file. And then from here, you can choose what you want to see. You can see import location. So you can decide to insert within a current sheet or to create a totally new spreadsheet, to replace a current spreadsheet or to amend to a sheet or to replace some data maybe in a cell that you have selected. And also here, sometimes when you're uploading spreadsheet, maybe it has different tabs and all that. So I'm going to leave this part so that it detects automatically. And then I'll just click here, import, like that. It will take a little bit, then it will have the data. So it's good to rename. It's good to rename my files. So I just rename this as financials, like that. So to do the task, we're just to sort it or to filter it so that it is easier for someone to go through the data. So to do that, I can control on my laptop control or control A. Then I can come here where we have data, like that. And you can see there's this option, create a filter, like that. And that's it, I'm done. And then this part or this row at the top, I can just change the color, like that. So you can see we have already done the filtering. So I can come in here, maybe I want to see just data from a particular department or account. So I can just clear, and then I can just select maybe like that, cost of goods sold. Then when I click OK, you can see I only have here as cost of goods sold, like that, you can see. So it's much easier to filter. I can come in here and I can filter this. Let's say filter by condition, like that. Then I can select here condition, let's say greater than. And I want maybe values greater than 50,000. So it will only show those that are greater than 50,000. You can see at the moment, none is greater than 50,000. So it's empty like that. So let's reduce this to, let's say, 40,000. Still none. You can see these values, they are mostly negative values for this row. Same this side. So whatever I wanted to do might not work. Let me see. If I go by condition, then less than 5. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, you can see it brings all these values because they are all less than 5. So that one will work. So let's say, let me change this maybe to 50,000. Like that. And then let me try to filter by condition. Greater than let's say greater than 40,000. Yeah, you can see now it leaves only one, which is cost of goods sold, hardware, and then like that. So you can do different kinds of filtering and all that. And then other than that, you can also, let's say I want some kind of data. So I can come here, let's say I just want maybe advertising. I want to collect data about that. So I can come in, then filter by maybe a certain condition like that. Or I can also just come under data and then filter views, then create new filter view or save as filter view. So create new filter view. You can see it has added, like there's more row added and more column added. So on your far left, there's a column added, and then at the top, there's a row added. And so I can come in here and I can do whatever I want to do. So let's say I come here and I want to filter only, filter so I only want advertising. So I'll just choose advertising, then okay, like that. And then I can name this filter. So let's say it's called advertising, like that. And so when I just click here, you can see it disappears. So there's no longer that added extra here. But if I come here to data and then filter views, you can see it is here. So I can still be able to easily access whatever information that I filtered or sorted, like that. So this way, if maybe you are helping a client and you don't want to interfere with their main spreadsheet, so you are able to do certain filters and all that, and you can make all those changes and they can easily access that information while you still have the initial information of their spreadsheet and all that. Yeah, so that was what we were to do on that spreadsheet. Yeah, that was that. And so the other task, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen a bit so that I pull up the other video. Okay. So what to do, like this work here. So we have to do a sample of this. So this was the task, to do maybe something similar. So you go to Canva. So this Canva, you have Canva here. So we are going to create, not exactly same, but we can get what we call inspiration from this work. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same stuff, but we can get inspiration from this. So you can see there are all this kind of stuff here, all this, then the name and all that, and then the person there, like that. So we're going to try and recreate just something similar. So if you're using maybe Adobe Suits, like you have Adobe Illustrator, you can actually create everything from scratch. You don't need an image and all that. You can create a person just from scratch using Adobe Illustrator. But since we are using Canva, we are going to maybe get a photo somewhere. And so we'll come in here. So when you go to Canva, you'll see there's doc. These are documents, just like the way if you're using Microsoft Word, there's just same. You can create documents here. And then whiteboard, then you have like for Instagram story, you can create from here, Instagram post, Facebook, all that. So there are different kinds of stuff that you can do. You can see you can even create logo with Canva. You can create a Facebook cover for your Facebook account. You can create resume. Resume, they are just CVs. And so there are a lot of things you can do. You can create a flyer, infographics, a poster, and all that. So there's a lot that you can do. You can see you can create a poster. This is portrait, then this is landscape. You can create cards. You can create a photo collage. You can create your own Zoom virtual background. There's letterhead, like most companies, they have letterhead. Like when they sent out documents, they contain, like they're unique for them. You can create calendar, storyboards, banners for bloggers. So there's just so much that you can do with Canva. So we're going to do some poster. So we're just going to create, and then let me see what we're going to name it. Kyrie Ivy. No. Kyrie Ivy. Okay. So when you click create new, you can see it comes blank. But here you can see there different templates. Like you can select, you can see their templates here. If you want, you can select from them. That's if you don't want to work from scratch. So if you're not using Canva Pro, there are certain templates that you can't access. They're always written Pro, but you really don't need them, since you can always do everything from scratch. You see, like if you went to church and your pastor, maybe your church, they need someone to design a poster. You can just go into Canva and you can do for them. And all they can do is just to go and print. And you can see you have already templates. You can also select different styles from here they have given you. You remember when we were talking about typography, we also mentioned like types of typeface, like different font types. So like here you can see these under styles, they have different text style or style of the text. And then they also have different colors, which you can select to use. You can see color palettes. They're just different colors and all that. Okay, so we are going to do ours from scratch. So I'm going to enlarge this a little bit, like that. That's too big. Okay. So then this photo, so this is the photo we have. So I'm just going to copy this. Then I'm going to use this browser. There are things I want to do, that's why I'm copying it to this browser. So I want to get this color here. So if you're using, let's say, actually any type of browser, I think everyone knows what a browser is. That thing that you click on and then you use to search, that's a browser. So every browser, you can install some, they're just like plugins, but they are called extensions. So you can install some extensions. So for me, I have installed some extensions that can help me get what type of font this is, then what type of color this is. So I'm just going to show you when I click there. So this one is called eyedropper, but I have another one here, it's called site palette. So I can use this eyedropper, then pick color. So if I come here and I click, and then I come back, you can see it has given me the colors here. I hope you can see. So I can copy this color, then I can come back to my work here. So let me just write here, design example. So I'm going to use that color here. So I'm within my Canva. I've clicked on this, so I'll come here, background color. Then I'm just going to paste that color here. It's here. So we have the color there. Then next, if I want to get this font, I can come. You can see I have this extension called Fonts Ninja. And then there's another one here called Font Finder. So I can use whichever to get this font. So you can see this one, it hasn't found this font here. I can use a different one. I can use this font finder, the same. So you can see it has given me these fonts. So we have different font stack. It has even given me the colors of the fonts, which isn't accurate because you can see this font here is white. So this isn't accurate. So let me try again. It has given the same. So this isn't accurate. So, but if you want to extract the font, you can also find, for example, if you just search extract font, type from image, you can see. Then you can be able to extract. You can use different free online, like there are different free online resources that you can use for that. Okay. So the next thing, we need an image. So when you get into, maybe you're doing for a client and they don't have their own photos to use. So there are different ways that you can get photos. So you can go to, maybe you can write this somewhere, pixel.com. There are stock images that you can reuse them. So this site called pixel.com. Pixel. Yeah, this pixels, not pixel, pixels.com. So you can come here and you can get photos or even videos. You can change and even get videos that you can use for your client's work. There are a lot of here. You can just search, like if I search basketball. Okay, while it's still searching, the other one is called Unsplash, unsplash.com. You can also get here photos that you can use. So it's people who take photos and then they upload here for free. Sometimes you can hire them to come and take photos of you. So it's like a way they're advertising their photography work. But you can use them for whatever you want to do, as long as you give credit to them. So you can see, I have here this basketball player. basketball player. So like you can find what looks almost similar to this. So this doesn't look similar. This doesn't look similar. I can even search. I can try searching for this exact person. Let me see if I can get him. Kyrie Irving. I don't know if we can get him. Let's see. Yeah, we can't get him. So we'll just find any basketballer and then we can use. So you can see even here for Pexel, they have, you don't really need an account to get their photos. You can see a lot of free images here that you can use. So you can search for whatever. Let's say you have someone maybe who does, maybe is a traveling agency and they need you to do social media marketing for them. You can get here free photos. Let's say they have a trip that goes to Paris. So if you just click, you search Paris, it will bring you some images from Paris. And you can use those images for whatever you're doing, as long as you give credit to the owners of the different images, since they aren't yours. If you want to fully own the image, you can buy it, but you're free to use them. Then the other way is I can come here on Google. I know there are most people who like searching from here, but I usually just search from here, from this address bar. So I can search. Okay, then I can come here to images. And so while here at images, not every image you can use. So I can come. I can click on tools. When you click on tools, you can see. So before you click on tools, this is what you have. Like you can see more of other stuff. So when I click on more, you can see I have here size, color, type, time, and then usage right. So here usage right, I can click here on Creative Commons licenses. So I can use that image. So any image that comes back there, you can use it and no one can sue you for that. So we can even try searching for that player. There we go. So let's see if there are free images that we can reuse. Creative Commons license. Yeah, so you can see. Let's see if there's any image close to this of him dunking. Not that, not that. So we don't have any. So I'll just go here. Let me see if I go to this. Let me see if we can get. This. No. Yeah. I'll use this one. So it's downloaded. So I'm just going to upload that way. Then there's something I want to show you. That's why I'm going to upload it just direct the way it is. Let it download. Oh, it's still downloading. Okay, so you can use you can use pixel.com, you can use Unsplash, you can use Google, and then you go to Creative Commons license. Those are images that you are allowed to reuse them for any task. So if someone needs some work and they don't have images, because when it comes to doing things professionally, you don't take photos on your phone and then you just use it like that. If you are using maybe a phone that has good pixels, like it can take good images, still you need to do some editing on it. So in case your client has no images and they want you to do maybe some posters for them that you want to maybe add some images, you can always go to those sites. But there are many others. Even there's one Shutter, you can use all those. So the image is downloaded. I'll just come here. So on your Canva, there's this one option for upload. So you just click upload, then this is the image. So there's something I want to show you. That's why I'm just uploading it like that. So if you're using Canva Pro, there are many things that you can do. So an example is just that image that I have uploaded right now. So if I pull this image here, you can see my color is gone. Like whatever color that I had initially put, it's gone. But also you can see I have the option to resize this image like that. Also, like when I click on this image, you can see initially there were no, you couldn't see anything of sort like here. But when I click on the image, you can see there things here. For example, there's this one called transparency. So if I go transparency, you see, if I reduce transparency, you can see the color starts to appear like that. So transparency, it makes an image to be more blurry, like it's as if the image is there, it's as if the image isn't there. Then position, like let's say I have, let me just add another image here. So this just for presentation sake. So I've added another image here, you see. So there are layers here. That one has replaced the other. Oops. So let me just do this. I have that image there. Then I have this image here. So you can see these are two images, but you can see this one is positioned behind this one. So to bring this to the front, I come here to position. You can see to front or forward like that. And then I can take it back like that. Okay, the other thing is I can animate, like to animate, for example, this image, it can come in from top, bottom, or any side. Like you can see like that. So those are just for animation. And then I can flip it horizontally like this. So I've just changed the direction. Initially it was like this. Now you can see it's like this. I can do it vertically. You can see it's upside down. And I can still even do it horizontally while it is upside down. So here you can create like a reflection. So you have image there. Let me just resize. So I want to create like some reflection. Okay. So it's like I've created some reflection here. You can see it's like I've created a reflection of the top image. So I can put it like there's a mirror here. So I can come here under these elements. I can just search mirror like that. And then I'll have like different kinds of mirror, and I can just come and I can put here. And so by doing that, I can use like Canva to do a different, or I can even make it like there's a flow here. So like there's a flow, the whole of this side is a flow. And then this more like there's a building here like that. So it's taking long to load. So when the internet isn't stable, it does that. And then the other thing, but this one now you need to use more of Pro. So you can see, like I can, so edit image, so I can remove the background. So that's what I mostly want to talk about. But now, to remove the background, you need to use more of a paid version. So I use paid version mostly for clients, and I'm under contract, so I can't use it for other stuff. And then magic eraser, I can use more of eraser to remove like some sections that I don't want, like that. All this, you can grab text from an image and all that. And then there are many other effects here like shadow. You can add shadow to your own image. You can make it to be blur. Blur is more like it can be seen, but it can't be seen. So my internet looks like it has gone down. That's why it isn't showing all this stuff. And then you can do like adjustments. You can see to the whole image or to the background, to the foreground. You can change lightning, all those. So these are mostly settings to do with photography. So you can even edit your photos in Canva if you have the skills to. You can increase sharpness or reduce and all that. Okay. You can auto adjust, then you can crop. That is, you can cut and remove some section you don't want. So okay, so that was that. Okay. So now we'll go back to creating what we wanted to create. So you can see here, there's this thing here. So here you can just write your comments. Like if you are designing, you can write. So sometimes you work as a team. So you can write your comment here, and then you can tag someone in it. So if you're working as a team, you can always add people here. You can see there's option to add. So you can add people here to be as part of your team. And then you can see there's another palette here. And this mostly for AI purposes. Like you can see, there's Outlook here, and then there's Microsoft. Then there are more stuff here that you can incorporate in your work. So since we don't have Canva Pro, we need to think outside the box. So I want to remove background, and there are different softwares online that can assist me with that. So I'm going to use a software. It's called Remove Image Background. So I'll upload my image there. You can see for free. I won't pay for it, and I don't need to even create an account. So you can see it as erased. So I can still erase other parts that I want. Like I can erase this. And I can even reduce the brush. You see, I don't want this here, so I'm just going to remove it. So you can see now, and you see even it gives me the option to even create this with Canva. So you can still incorporate it into Canva. So that's the good thing. I can still add my own background if I want here. You can add it as color or an image, all those. So sometimes you see people take photos. Maybe I'll do that in a minute. Let me just download this first. So let me find an image online. So I'm just going to get an image here. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Good. Okay, so I'm going to get this one here. Just download it. But if you want to get permission, you can come here, then common creative use, so that no one can sue you if you use it. Okay, so I'm going to upload his image here. Awesome. So I'm going to upload his image there. So even you can take your photo like that. You can see now it doesn't have a background, and you can add your own background here. So you can add whichever you want like that. You can see I've added a background there. So you can take a photo of yourself while in Europe by just editing. You can see it makes even simpler like that. So you see, you can actually put any background that you want, any. But you have to apply those principles, like design principles, while you're doing that. That's what meme loads they do. They take your image, they remove background, and then they put it in different places. Like they can even put it on top of a different thing. So we'll get back to work. So now I'm going to upload the image that I've removed background here. This one here. So we are trying to recreate something like this. It doesn't have to be similar. Okay, so we have the image there. You can see. You can even try to do this. I can take the image, just try to put the whole of it there. Then can do the adjustments like that. Okay. So we have the image there. Let me reduce it a bit. So we can try to position it well. So the good thing about Canva, like if you do like this, you'll see there's a line that comes. So like that's the center of this image. Even when I move it to the top, you can see that's the center from the top. Then that's the center from the sides. So I can have it center like that. So you can see they meet. There's some point there where they meet. So I can leave it there like that. Then the next thing is you have like some dots here at the top. So I can just come and I can put some dots here. So come here, just search for dots. You can see here it's giving me options like dot line. I think we want dot line. Okay. So you can see it has given me some dots here, but we have pro, so we can't use pro. Let's see if we are going to get maybe free. Okay, finally we have here, this is free, this is free. So you can see here, these are small dots. So we can't use this, these are too huge. I think this is better. And we can just try to position it to the center like that. So we have the dots there, they are recreated. And then you have these kind of lines. Like you have some lines here. Then you have some other small dots here, here and here. So you can still use, maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to do something. So instead of making it exact, you can see that this here, more dots down here. So I can just pull this there and I can try to turn them like that to some angle. Then I can pull them, put them somewhere there. And I can change the color to white. And then I can come here, position, send like that to the back. So I can actually okay. Okay. So we have like these ones here. Then you have this, then there's this more dots here. So let me see if I can use different kinds of dots. Let's see. I'll just use this. So I can put them there and then I can drag so that it extends maybe to this other end. And then I can just position it backward. I push to the back like that. Like that. I can come here, I can add these ones. Let me see if I can get them. Let's see if we can find that. Can find that. If you won't find them, we'll try to customize. I'm trying to find, I don't want to go the long way. I'm trying to find this one. So if not, I'll just have to do it the long way. Let me just search for line like that. We have this one here. I'm just going to shorten it. Put it there. Doesn't want to shorten. Let me use different one. That one doesn't want to shorten. Let me see this. Perfect. I've just gotten what I needed. So let's just change them to white. White, they don't show. You can see it as watermark. So this one to use, you have to pay for it, unfortunately. But here it looks to be free. Oh, it's connected like that. Okay, I've seen. That would have been perfect. Let me see this. They don't want to resize, that's the issue. They don't want to resize. I don't want any watermark on any of my images, so one doesn't want to resize. So I'll have to think outside the box. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I can group this so that if I want to move them, I can just move them together like that. So you can do what is known as grouping. So to group, you can see there's option here, group. So that's like one group. You can see I can just move them the way I want. And so I can move them. I can position them to the back. Like that. And then I want to do some stuff here to cover this. So I'm just going to use some rectangle or even square. So any of the shapes I want to cover from here. Okay. Like that. Then let me change to this color. Like that. So you can see it won't be easier for someone to notice this will actually extending to that end. Okay. So we have done some Cora here. Then you can see like there's some shape here, like white here, like that. So I can just use this shape like that. Okay. Can pull it. Let me see. Can pull it here. Extend it. Somewhere here. Then give it color white. Then reduce opacity. So this is called opacity. So like that. Okay, so you can do like that. They can decide to send it to the back. So like that, you can see it's like it's coming the back. And I can do another one for this side here, just a small one. But down here, let me do it down here. Then white, position, backward. Then reduce the opacity like that. Okay, something of sort. Then now we can write the name and then we can add this other stuff. So I'm going to write the name, come here to the text. You can add your own brand colors if you want. Like there are different kinds of fonts you can actually download and then you can just add them here. You can see you can upload. So you can actually create your own fonts, like different kinds, and then you pay for it and you use it for your brand. So I'm going to, you can add a text box. I don't want to add a text box. So I'm just going to use this for headline. And I'm going to write this, Kyrie like that. I'll reshape it like that. Then I'll pull it here. Okay, so I can come here, then I can choose the kinds of font that I want to use. Or you can even select from text styles. So let's see which fonts we are going to use for this. So you have like this one, DM Sans. So you see how it looks like. That's how it looks like. So my internet is kind of loading very slowly. So I can change this font to a different color. So I'm going to change it to white so that it doesn't appear. So you can see even from the image, you can use any of the colors from the image here for free. So I use this one. Or I can as well still change to a different font that I want. But it's taking long to load them. So I'm going to change this font color here to white, like that. Then I can use the other one. So what I can do is I can remove this I there and like that. And I'm going to write Ivan. So you can use different effects. So you can see there are different effects here. You can add a background to a text and all that. You can see there are even more options here. Like if I go here, I come to this option and I click on this, you can see it changes everything to caps like that. And there are more options like that. You can lock so that no one can move it. Like maybe you have different types of text all together, so you can lock it so that if I lock this background like that, if I move something else like this, it doesn't affect the background. So like if I lock this image, let me unlock the background. If I lock this image, if I move if I lock this text from here, if I move the rest, it will still stick here. So let me even change this to caps actually, like that. Okay, so there are different effects here like spacing, animation, position, and then you have what we have. This option is usually copy, you copy style. Then you can add transparency, you can position them the way you want, you can animate, you can add effects from here, like shadows, echo, you can add background, you can curve it, like you can curve the text. And then you can add spacing, you can add like bullet points. You can align it to the center, you can align it to the right or left, you can underline it, you can use italics, all those, they're there. Okay, so from styles, so for this one, it doesn't give us the option for drop cap. So drop cap is what can make maybe your eye to be larger than the rest. So it looks like Canva for now doesn't have that option from the various stuff we are given here. So that one we have to think outside the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm going just to duplicate that, and then I'll delete this rest like that. So let me do this. What says this 200 do 4. Okay, so let me select a style here, a text style. My internet. Sorry, the internet is taking long to load. So I'll just put the rest here and size 200. Then remove I. Okay. So sorry, my internet, like, it isn't loading this. So it's taking time to load some stuff. So there are still more that we can do, like add all this, and then we can try to rotate this a little bit, and then rotate all this, and then add other stuff. So basically that's just the idea. Like, it wasn't to come with the exact thing, but to try and come up with almost a similar thing. Yeah, so that's it for today. I don't know if there's anyone maybe has a contribution. You can feel free to maybe make any contribution you would like to make, or ask any question, all that. Anyone? Okay.
Quick one. Are all the features available on the free platform, or are those all on premium, especially on?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question. Kindly repeat.
I was just asking whether all the functions you just used are available on the free Canva, or
Yeah, everything we have used today is on free Canva. We haven't used the pro one. Everything is on free Canva.
okay, thank you.
So, okay, so I'm going to send another assignment, and I like to encourage everyone to try, and whatever, you don't have to do the exact thing. You can just do something to show at least you're grasping maybe whatever we are training or we are learning. So I'll send another sample that I hope everyone will try to do it, hopefully by Wednesday. So when we meet next week, we'll be doing some web design. So we'll do some introduction to web design, and we're going to use WordPress. So that will be for next week. I was hoping we'll find more time, but I can see it's almost 4. So our time is almost up, because I wanted us to maybe go through what we learned about the processes of design, since we'll be doing a website this coming weekend, so that we just have some basic ideas of that. But I hope whatever I'm going to send, everyone will try to do it hopefully before Wednesday. And if you have any questions, you can comment on the video, or you can as well go to the group and you can share there, so that every other person can also gain from your questions. So thank you everyone for your time, and I wish you a great weekend ahead.